While bitches claiming feelings stay sinning. The liquor keep revealing what lays deep within. The weak can heal depression, keep killing. Every progress made, honest faith, the lawless days. I can give you both, shorty. And proud of every step I take, don't get me wrong.
Hey guys, this is Good Music to Know. This is Session Stories, and today with us we have Tijan, who is a very talented lyricist and rapper. Thank you so much for joining. I don't know if you want to give a little introduction.
Thank you for having me here. I'm Tijan, 23-year-old, self-recording artist, producer as well. I'm focusing on hip-hop and R&B when it comes to my music, just trying to make music about life and what I'm going through. But yeah, I like to try a lot of different things with my music as well.
Very cool. I guess let's just jump right into it. So I first discovered your music from your latest single, which is called Hidden Cage.
Yes.
I really love that track because it delves into your experience with like your faith. So I wanted to ask, is this song about your newfound faith with religion, or is this you kind of renewing your faith?
Great question, actually. The song is very old. It's like over 1 year old already.
Okay.
So it kind of happened in a phase of my life where was the first time where I found my faith and got saved is when I did my first EP that I dropped.
Okay.
And after doing all that, I felt so proud of myself, like in my newfound faith, in my new life, that I let the space open for the enemy to attack me again, to drag me down again. And so Hidden Cage happened after I dropped the EP, and felt like I felt like it's a win in my books. So it kind of made me not be as attentive as I would have liked to be, and it made me fall back into my old behaviors, into my old habits. And so these habits and behaviors are kind of like the hidden cage.
Okay.
that is still there, even though I thought I broke free, even though I thought I was a new person, but just being stuck there again just kind of made me feel like, what's going on? How can I be here again? I thought we was done with this.
Yeah.
And so I kind of did it. I kind of wrote the song in a way where it's like, okay, when you get saved and when you find your faith, it's never like a road to the top, like directly. It's always an up and down. And you're gonna struggle, you're gonna fall, you're gonna fail, but you have to get back up again. And at the end of the day, the only answer to me that I wanna give my listeners as well is like my focus and my faith on Jesus Christ, which is why even though I'm not technically a Christian musician, and the song lyrics, you could argue that they're not Christian at all, it's just real. Yeah. It's just real because I'm a real human and that's what I'm going through and these are my thoughts. But I always want to point to my escape way, which was the faith. So this is kind of like the idea behind Hidden Cage.
Yeah, I was going to ask what the title meant, but you just described it. Will this song perhaps be on an album that you might be dropping anytime soon?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I don't know yet. I don't want to lie. Probably not.
Okay.
Because it's so old already.
Yeah.
And I feel like the two projects that are already released kind of already go through the topics that I went through. Like the first project is called Odem.
That's what I was going to ask you about as well, was Odem. I loved that one, by the way. Like,
hey, thank you very much. That makes me really happy because that shows me that you really took your time listening to it, and I really appreciate that.
I love the way the album flowed for Odem. Mm-hmm. Like I have so many notes about that one, so I was going to ask you about it. But I love the fact that it starts with, I think the first track is Mr. Insecure.
Yes.
So it starts with like a guy that maybe has insecurities, he's going through a hard time. And then in the middle of the track, it's kind of almost a redemption, confession. And then at the very end, whoever the main character is, he comes to terms with, stuff is going to happen, things are going to get bad. But as long as you come to terms with your demons and learn how to face them and essentially just give yourself some grace, then it's okay. But it's more like coming to terms with, that things are going to happen bad. But doesn't make you a bad person,
I'm impressed.
I really liked it. It was really good.
You're like, I'm at a point in my career where I mostly feel like people are not really listening to what I'm saying. They're not really listening to what I have to say. And so all of the stuff that I put in there usually gets overlooked. So it really makes me happy to hear, even though it might not be 100% what I thought in the moment, to even hear like your thoughts about the songs really makes me happy. But to kind of go back to the last question, when I did with the album, when I did Odem, it was kind of like, as I said, me finding my faith, or like really setting my faith and be like, okay, I'm gonna be on this side and I'm gonna walk this walk, not being crisscross all the time as I was before. And then I don't know if you know what Odem means.
So is it Mount Odem?
Sorry?
Is it the place, Mount Odem, right?
No,
Or oh, okay.
because Odem is actually a German word.
Okay.
Yeah, and Odem is like the breath that God blew into Adam when he created him. Yeah. So this is Odem, and this is kind of like me starting my career and starting this path, like really releasing it. And then my second project, I don't want to talk too much about because I don't want to take away none from your questions. I'm really
no, go ahead. It's fine. It's fine.
But I'm interested to see what kind of questions you had. And then the next project was Selah, which is also a biblical term in the Psalms. It might even be the same in English, where it's just like it means a moment to reflect, a moment to take pause, and it's like the moment where it's calm between prayers, and you should like let the words really have some effect in you.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt like when I did Selah, it happened in the same time as I did Hidden Cage, the song.
Oh, okay.
And Hidden Cage was supposed to be on the next EP that I was going to drop, but I postponed this EP for Selah.
Okay.
Yeah, the topics are kind of similar. Just what I wanted to go for, and the sound it didn't fit. But it's already like this kind of circular structure where, I don't know, you find your faith and you feel like you're doing good in your walk, but then you stumble, then you mess up again, and then kind of Selah was my way of saying, hey, this is my fault, and this is where I have to myself like take a moment to reflect and think about my life and where I want to go.
Yeah.
So for my next project, I'll kind of want to go into another direction, which is why Hidden Cage is probably not going to be on the project.
Okay. Well, another direction, so maybe not so heavy on the faith aspect. What are you thinking that you want to gear more towards?
I want to do more R&B. I want to release more R&B music. Like there's two big sides to me. There's the rap Tijan, then there's the R&B Tijan.
Yep.
And when I make rap music, because I'm not one to brag and boast about things I do not have. I'm not trying to make any stories up. I'm not trying to sell you anything about me shooting guns or taking drugs or doing whatever. I'm just telling you how it is and how I see day by day. And I'm addicted to making music. So it's basically like my diary, because I'm sitting down and I'm just letting out what comes to my mind. When I make music, R&B music though, it's more centered around love. Yeah. So it's more like relationship issues, which sometimes can be relationships with God as well, but it's more
girl.
A love relationship, a girl, yeah. I've been sitting on many songs and projects in that category as well, which I really want to finish because it's just, I've been sitting on it for too long and I want it out. It's like, I need it out.
Yeah. Speaking of R&B, like, are there any R&B artist inspirations that you pull from?
Yes, definitely. I want to be cautious because if I say something right now and then people listen to my music, they're gonna be like, this doesn't sound like like in no way.
No, it's okay. It's just like who you draw inspiration from. You know, it's all good.
Most of the times, like when I draw inspiration, it's like more of the energy that artist gives me, and I'm trying to put it into my system, let it run through my filters, and whatever comes out might be completely different. Sometimes I'm taking inspiration from an R&B artist and I make a rap song out of it, and I don't even have any control over it, what comes out at the end. My biggest inspirations are definitely D'Angelo. It's number one. Then Frank Ocean, definitely. I love Frank Ocean. I love Sampha as well. Yeah. Montel Fish. Do you know Montel Fish? Is one. Yeah,
I love Montel Fish.
Yeah, he's one of my. His album, Camp Lukewarm, is probably my favorite. I don't want to say my favorite album ever, but when it comes to like faith-driven aspects, when I'm feeling far from my faith, I'm listening to that album because it like reconnects me with that. And it's not, sometimes Christian music can be a little just too much into one direction that it's not, especially if it's like Christian R&B or Christian rap music, because you can't deny the fact that a part of yourself is in that music. And if you really want to make music for God, you need to do worship gospel music, which is only God, and then every part of yourself should be cut out of the song. But this is my opinion. Still love to everybody who does like Christian rap and Christian R&B. I think they still doing a great job. They still bringing people the message, and they still change probably way more in the world than I do right now. So it's no hate. But Montel Fish perfectly executes like for me the artistic side with the faith side, whereas you don't feel like you're in a lecture. Exactly. You feel like he's just showcasing his relationship to God, which helps you kind of getting closer in your relationship, or makes you think about your relationship, or sometimes helps you, lets you see, hey, there's other people that struggle with that. I'm not the only one that struggles with that. So this is definitely one of my very big inspirations as well.
Yeah. So what got you started? Like, what made you want to get into, let's say, rapping or R&B? Like, when did you know that, okay, this is what I want to do? I want to make a career out of this.
I always loved music. Like I've always been a very shy, introverted guy.
Mm.
I'll always remember my mom like telling me, I don't know what's like the regular age when kids start to talk.
Yeah.
I just know that I started talking very early, but I was so shy that I didn't talk to anybody but my mom. Like for almost like a year after, or like a year and a half after I was able to talk,
Yeah.
people were still thinking I'm not able to speak because I just never spoke to other people. But so I was very, very introverted, but music was always the thing that made me come out of myself, like made me express myself, which started, it's another thing my mom like told me that I always knew as well. For example, I have a bigger brother as well. My mom listened to all the like old school American music, like Busta Rhymes, Missy Elliott, like everything that happened in that era. So my music taste is heavily influenced by her, and she had all that playing in the car. And my older brother was always like closing his ears and like, no, turn it off, it's too loud. While I was like singing at full volume, screaming the lyrics, trying to rap the lyrics, everything. Like it just opened up a side to me that wasn't there when the music was not on.
Yeah.
And so I always loved music. I went to music for comfort. I don't know. It's just always been something that's been apparent in my life. But I never learned I never learned an instrument, or I never really sang when I was a child, or never really made anything out of that love. I
Yeah.
was a very lazy child as well. I was just playing games and staying at home and watching TV or something like that. So a couple years forward, when I was done with school, I wasn't doing anything for like a year after I finished school. I was just working, getting by, smoking weed, chilling with my homies, just doing nothing. And I got to give credit to my best friend, one of my best friends. His name is Josiah. He's an artist as well, but he paints. He makes music as well, but like his main thing is painting.
Yeah.
And when I met him, he really opened up that he really gave me some self-confidence, because it only takes one person to really encourage you to be who you are and to do what you want to do.
Exactly.
And he was the person for me. And we started being artistic. We started doing stuff by ourselves. We started cutting our hair. We started doing things that people our age would usually not do because they're not at that point yet. And that really made me kind of believe in myself and be like, okay, I'm going to do this. And then one day I saw an interview by Tory Lanez where he explained how he started. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to start now. And I'm going to become great at this, because I didn't know how to sing. I didn't know how to rap. I didn't know how to write. I didn't know how to produce, nothing.
Yeah.
I just told myself, if I do it every day from now on, there's no way I can be like worse than the point I was at when I started.
Exactly. Yeah. How is the creative process for you then? Like when you start with the track, do you have to, is there like a certain mindset you have to get into, or what is that creative process like for you?
I can like definitely tell you what it used to be.
Yeah.
Now I open it up a little bit more. The more I grew as an artist, as a songwriter as well. I kind of learned to not have everything right, not have the what is it called? The right feng shui, so I can create something. So, but what I used to do, I like to make music when I'm alone the most. If I make music with other people, I don't like anybody to be in the studio that's not a part of making the music, because that just distracts me. I just think so much when I have people being there. I think about what they think about how they feel, and that just distracts me from my work. Like have everything out of my mind that I have to do for the day, and then I YouTube beats and kind of just look for something that strikes my mind, and then it happens pretty randomly, where it's like just going through something, then you hear a beat, and then I have one idea, and it's like you turn a switch on, and then the words just start coming out. Sometimes I could be going through 300 beats, and the switch doesn't turn on.
Yeah. There's that spark with the beat. Yeah.
But now, especially when the process of Odem happened, that's when I stopped smoking. I went back to it. So that's one of the things as well from Hidden Cage, the weed consumption. But when I did Odem, I learned to treat it as work as well. And that's very important. If you want to be successful, you need to treat it as work. You need to get up early. You need to get better. You need to be able to do it at any time. You need to be able to get done with things and show results. And so sometimes, especially, it's like I like to have different areas for what I work as, or what I work in. Like when I'm trying to make beats, I like to be in a cafe. I just go there, have cappuccino, and I work on beats for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I want to mix, I go to my school where I'm studying. I'm studying audio engineering right now. I'm gonna be there mixing.
Yeah.
At my home, at my own desk, I'm almost always gonna like write something. I want to create something. So there's, I think, trying to explain like all of the aspects of the creative process is, there's so much that goes in.
A lot. Yeah.
It goes so much, and it's still so random at the same time. But I don't know. I write the best songs when I'm not trying to write the best songs.
Yeah. It just comes naturally to you. I feel like anybody that has a creative side to them, like you never exactly know when you're going to be struck by inspiration. Like you could see somebody walking down the street with a cool jacket and all of a sudden something pops in your head.
Definitely, yeah.
So, I mean, you never really know.
But when I'm going through things, then I'm always gonna have to say so, like I always have something to say. When I
Yeah.
have some personal stuff. So this is why I kind of use music as, I don't know, a tool of really like expressing what I'm going through, because I don't like to talk to many people about my problems and my things. So this is like, my music is like my way of
Your
coping
diary,
with things
yeah.
that I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah. If you could give music advice to your younger self, what would you say?
Woo! Okay. I mean, just start, because I started when I was 18, 19. If I would have started earlier, I would have been better by now, because the quicker you start, the better, the faster you're going to get better at stuff. And it's for everything in this world. The more you do it, the better you get.
Exactly.
So what I really wish I could play instruments. And it's very hard for me, like in my age now, with working as well and studying and making music and all of the stuff going on, it's really hard for me to additionally learn an instrument. So
Yeah.
if I could choose like one thing, really just one thing, I would have loved to learn an instrument as a child.
Which instrument?
If it's just one, guitar. If it's two, guitar and keyboard.
Yeah.
I would like piano. Yeah, piano.
I would love to be able to play.
Yeah.
I can only play viola and violin, but yeah, keyboard would be.
Only? That's amazing. I can't play anything. I can't even play the bongo.
Keyboard would be absolutely amazing, though. I don't want to take up too much more. I guess we can wrap it up. Let's say if you had to leave your fans or listeners with one thing, what would it be?
Believe in yourself. Just believe in yourself. Be confident. Start somewhere and focus on the steps rather than the result that you want to get at.
Yeah.
This is an advice to myself as well. Like heavy advice to myself.
I think we can all benefit from that advice, honestly. It's solid advice. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us today and walking us through. I really appreciated it, and I wish you nothing but the greatest success.
Thank you very much. Same goes for you.
Maybe it's just an illusion, crazy. You think most my worries will never ever be truthful. Let me